stop scrolling. Because if you don't control your mind, someone else will. Every distraction you click, every thought you repeat, every excuse you accept is slowly rewiring you, not into someone strong, but into someone weak. And the worst part, you won't even notice it happening. Until one day, you look at your life and realize you had potential, but no control. This is why most people stay stuck, not because they lack talent, but because their mind is undisciplined, scattered, reactive, always chasing, never controlling. But there's a way out, a way that's been used for thousands of years, not by average people, but by the strongest minds in history. Men like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca didn't rely on motivation. They followed laws, mental laws, rules that shaped how they think, how they act, and how they live. And if you apply these laws, you don't just improve your life, you rewire your mind completely. So listen carefully, because these are not just ideas. These are weapons. The first law is simple, but most people ignore it. You don't control everything, and that's exactly why you suffer. You try to control outcomes. You try to control people. You try to control the future. And when things don't go your way, you feel frustrated, angry, anxious. But here's the truth. The only things you control are your actions, your mindset, and your response. Nothing else. And the moment you accept this, your mind becomes lighter, stronger, clearer, because now you're not wasting energy on things that were never yours to control. This is where discipline begins. The second law is harder. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your training. Every time you feel resistance, that's the moment that matters most. When you don't feel like working, when you feel tired, when your mind tells you to stop, that's the test. And most people fail it. They choose comfort. They avoid pain. And slowly, they weaken themselves. But disciplined people do the opposite. They move toward discomfort because they understand something powerful. Growth lives there. Every time you push through discomfort, you rewire your brain to become stronger, more resilient, more controlled. The third law is this: action kills overthinking. Your mind will always create noise, doubt, fear, excuses. If you sit and think, that noise gets louder. But the moment you act, it disappears, not because your problems are solved, but because you stopped feeding the loop. Overthinking is not solved by thinking more. It's solved by movement. Even small action, because action creates clarity, and clarity builds confidence. The fourth law is about identity. You are what you repeat, not what you say, not what you plan, not what you want. What you repeat daily becomes you. If you repeat excuses, you become weak. If you repeat discipline, you become powerful. Your habits are your identity in motion. So stop focusing on big changes. Focus on small actions. Repeat it every day. That's how transformation actually happens. Quietly, slowly, but permanently. The fifth law is something most people avoid. Silence is power, not just outside, but inside. Your mind doesn't need to react to everything. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every situation deserves your energy. The more you react, the more control you lose. But when you learn to stay calm, to observe instead of react, you gain power. Because now, you decide. You don't get pulled. You don't get triggered. You stay grounded, focused, in control. The sixth law is this: stop seeking validation. Most people live their lives for others. They want approval, recognition, attention. And because of that, they lose themselves. But Stoic discipline is different. You don't act to impress. You act because it's right. You don't need applause. You need progress, because validation is temporary. But self-respect, that lasts, and self-respect is built through discipline. Not opinions, not likes, but actions, kept promises, daily effort. The seventh law is brutal, but necessary. Your time is limited. Every day you waste, you will never get back. And one day, you will realize how much you lost. Not because you didn't have time, but because you didn't use it. This is why disciplined people value time differently. They don't delay. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They act because they understand something most people ignore. Time is life, and how you use your time is how you build your life. So don't waste it. Not on distractions, not on overthinking, not on things that don't matter. Use it with intention. Use it with discipline. Because once it's gone forever. These are not just laws, they are shifts. Shifts that change how you think, how you act, how you live. And if you apply them daily, your mind will change. Your habits will change. Your life will change. But this is only the beginning. Because the next laws go even deeper. They don't just build discipline. They build an unbreakable mind. And once you understand them, there is no going back. Good. Now this is where it gets deeper. Because most people can understand the first laws, but very few can live the next ones. And these are the ones that actually separate you. So listen carefully, because this is where your mind starts to change for real. The eighth law is this: accept reality exactly as it is, not as you wish it to be, not as you imagined, but as it is. Most people suffer because they resist reality. They complain, they blame, they wish things were different. And that resistance creates frustration, anger, mental chaos. But the Stoic mind does something different. It accepts first, then acts. Because when you accept reality, you remove emotional noise. And when the noise is gone, you can think clearly. You can act intelligently. Acceptance is not weakness, it's clarity. And clarity is power. The ninth law is one most people completely ignore. You become what you consume, not just food, but information. What you watch, what you listen to, what you read, all of it shapes your mind. If you consume negativity, your mind becomes negative. If you consume distraction, your focus disappears. If you consume garbage, your thinking becomes weak. But if you feed your mind with discipline, with truth, with purpose, you start to think differently, stronger, sharper, more focused. So protect your mind, because whatever enters it will eventually control it. The 10th law is the most powerful one, and also the hardest. Do what needs to be done, without negotiation, no excuses, no delay, no overthinking. Just action. Your mind will always try to negotiate. Do it later. Not today. You're tired. That voice never goes away. But disciplined people don't listen. They act anyway, because they understand something simple. Every time you negotiate with weakness, you make it stronger. And every time you act despite it, you weaken it. So stop negotiating. Decide and move immediately. That's how you build real discipline. Now step back for a second. Look at these laws. They are simple, but not easy. And that's why they work, because most people won't follow them. Most people will listen, feel motivated, and do nothing. They'll go back to distraction, back to comfort, back to the same patterns. But if you're still here, then you're different, because now you're aware. You see the patterns, You understand the problem, and awareness is the first step. But awareness alone is not enough. You have to apply this daily, not once, not when you feel like it, every day, because your mind is not fixed. It's trained, and if you don't train it, it will train itself through distraction, through comfort, through weakness. So the question is not, do these laws work? The question is, will you follow them? Will you choose discipline? When it's uncomfortable, will you act? When your mind tells you to stop, will you stay consistent? When nothing feels exciting, because that's what it takes, not perfection, but repetition, again and again and again, until it becomes who you are. And once it becomes who you are, everything changes. You don't chase discipline anymore. You live it. You don't fight your mind anymore. You control it. You don't react to life anymore. You respond with clarity. That's when you become dangerous. Not to others, but to your old self, the weak version, the distracted version, the version that kept starting and stopping. That version disappears, and in its place, you build something stronger, something stable, something unbreakable. And it didn't happen overnight. It happened because you chose to follow simple laws every single day. So from this moment, decide, not tomorrow, not later, now, which version of yourself are you going to feed? Because whatever you feed will grow, and whatever you ignore will fade. So choose discipline, choose control, choose growth, because once your mind is trained, nothing can stop you.